Hey everybody, Adam here with Front Range Storm Contractors. Out doing a roof inspection in Castle Rock today. Now, Castle Rock hasn't had a hailstorm since early July of 2016. But you see all that chalk there? I mean, just look at these vents. And they're pretty smashed up. You can see where all the dents are on that. See, that's pretty smashed up too. You can just imagine what that's gonna do to your shingles. So as you can see, I've got a lot of circles on there, right? And all the circles are hail damage. Now, some of them, admittedly, are going to be less damaging than others based on various things. Okay, so let's take a look at these two right here. Okay, they're both, this is called a dimensional shingle or architectural shingle, and that's because, get rid of the phone call real quick. It's got all these appliques that are glued down, and this one is on there really good. I really can't get it off, but as you can see, this is the base layer of the shingle right here within this little square that I'm drawing. That's the base layer of the shingle. So this would be an applique and this would be an applique. So if it's just a little one right there or right there, just a little hit, and it's on the applique, then it's going to be less damaging than if it was on the base layer of the shingle, right? And then we've got, let's see, this one right here. So here's the edge of the applique, right? And this one's on the base layer of the shingle, but it is down right on the edge of the shingle, okay? So that one's gonna be slightly more damaging to the shingle as a whole than if it was on the applique, but only slightly. I mean, it's just the edge, right? And especially since it's the bottom edge, then this other shingle below it's actually going to be up underneath this shingle as well. So it's really just kind of the top layer that's damaged, and it's still the roof structure is still protected by the bottom layer, right? So those are going to be minor hail damage, but they still count, by the way. Now we'll go to this one over here, which is, here is the edge of the applique that I'm going to kind of pull up a little bit right here. So that means that this is the base layer, this square right here. So this is on the base layer. It's not the edge of the shingle. That's actually a pretty good sized hail bruise there. You can see all the granules are gone, and there's some loose granules in there. Actually, let me blow away. So let's see if we can focus on that. Yeah, so you can see some of the strings, the netting in the, that's the base of the shingle itself. That's what everything is glued to. So that's the asphalt part, where if that gets damaged, or if the protection is knocked off of that, if the granules are knocked away from that, that's the part that doesn't mix with water. Asphalt is oil based. Oil and water don't mix, so snow, rain, ice is going to eat away at that, and it's going to fester and dissolve, and you'll have a hole there over time. Okay, now as you can see, I moved away some granules, and you can actually see there's like a lighter brown right here versus some of the other areas that are grayed out. So you can tell that that's aged a little bit also, because it's kind of grayed from the sun a little bit. Like I said, this storm was 2016 July, so almost 2.5 years ago now. And that's festered some. Give it another 4 or 5 years, that'll be a leak. So, you know, is it essential that, look, and here's another one that's on the base layer of the shingle, not near the edge, pretty good size, granules are completely away. You can see the matting there, the base matting. It's grayed out some and it's festering, and that'll be a leak in a few years also. Another one right there, same exact situation. Another one right there, one's even bigger than any of the others. So we're gonna replace this roof, but unfortunately, because the storm came through 2.5 years ago, insurance is not going to be paying for this. This is on the homeowner. They're gonna have to come out of their own pocket to pay for this. So, you know, a couple of things I suggest. One, if there's a hailstorm, call a roofer right away. Two, if you didn't know there was a hailstorm, everybody should get their roof checked at least once a year, but I recommend twice a year. In the spring, just before we get the storms, you can get everything checked out and make sure that nothing happened crazy in the winter from any of the snowstorms that might have turned to ice while it was on your roof. Freeze-thaw cycle over night and day causes a lot of ice, and ice can cause damage. And then the second time would be in the fall, preferably after the leaves have all fallen. You can get the gutters cleaned out, you can get any debris and or leaves cleared off the roof, and then check any of the vents and stuff to make sure that they're not going to leak when it snows and there's snow sitting on the roof for such a long time. All right, everybody, have a good one.